Has the coldness affected the Boston Red Sox and their inability to apparently sign anyone so far this offseason?
Well, that is a good question because it was a boring winter meetings. And I don't know if Dave Dombrowski was just out partying too much and didn't do anything. No, he made his due diligence. He did his calls. It was interesting what he said today. As of 4 p.m. yesterday, when we met with him, he said he had not met with any free agents in-person meetings. He was asked that today, and he said if he had met with anybody in the remaining time from 4 p.m. until we just met with him, and he said, I declined to answer that or read into that what you think. So obviously probably met with J.D. Martinez, who is here at the winter meetings, or who was here. Everybody's, left now. I'm just sitting here on a couch without a beautiful view behind me. But yeah, I mean, as I wrote today, the Cleveland Indians waited out the market last year. I think they signed Edwin Encarnacion on December 22nd. They waited out the market. They got him for 3 years, $60 million. He looked like a 9-figure contract going into the offseason. Scott Boras usually gets what he wants. He's already said J.D. Martinez is a $200 million player, but maybe if they waited out a little bit, they get him for $150. Interesting point that I wrote. Well, I think it's interesting. I don't know if readers think it's interesting, but interesting point I wrote today in my column is that, we criticized the Red Sox for so long for jumping into moves like, making big splashes, maybe to perhaps, for ticket sales and marketing. Pablo Sandoval was like a marketing ploy, Panda with, and everybody in, San Francisco had their Panda heads and everything, and that would work in Boston. And he was more of a marketing than a baseball decision. Well, ticket sales are Saturday. Christmas at Fenway Saturday. Sox packs go on sale Saturday. And, Dombrowski's showing that he's not influenced by the baseball side. So isn't that a good thing? I mean, so we can't be hypocritical in a way, too. So, but yeah, I mean, we can also be upset that, or fans can be upset that, Giancarlo Stanton went to the Yankees, and the Yankees already passed the Red Sox, in the postseason. They showed that they passed them. They were they proved they can win in the postseason. They were one game within a World Series berth. And now they added Stanton already, and then they got rid of more money to get pitching by trading Headley to the Padres. So the Yankees had passed them, and so yeah, there should be some, fans should be upset. But the Red Sox, just because they're taking it slow, doesn't mean that they're not going to end up with a power hitter this offseason. Doesn't mean that they're not going to end up with a second hitter. Doesn't mean that they're not going to end up with a good team. Because you still look at it, and they could bring back, 3 guys in this rotation, 4 guys maybe, have the potential of winning a Cy Young. If David Price comes back healthy. So, and Rick Porcello rebounds. So there you go. It's not as negative. I'm going to try to be not as negative as possible right now.